Muy buena, gente. A ver si ahí funciona. Sí, ahora sí funciona. Muy bien, gente. ¿Cómo están? Bienvenidos a este de Seeking City. Como habrán visto al principio, decía jugando a Bioshock Infinite. Eh, bueno, la cuestión es que por alguna razón Bioshock no puede ser retransmitido en directo. Así que tendré que jugar la versión de PC con una capturadora. No, la versión de PC y ya está. Me la suda si se puede jugar o no desde la consola. Creo que jugué así Bioshock 1 y 2 también en PC. Bueno, la versión de Steam por lo menos la tengo completa con DLCs y todo, así que bienvenido. Bien de bien. Bien. Esta es la cuestión. Vamos a jugar The Seeking City. Es un juego que tenía ganas de jugar, pero que como que no me había sentido motivado hasta ahora. Así que lo vamos a jugar y, y ver qué sale. Les pido un momento de paz porque voy a hacer un pequeño peace break. Bueno, ahora sí, vamos a darle. Vamos a darle cachapumba a este City. Este juego con pinta lovecraftiana me tenía loco. Así que le vamos a dar, a ver, vamos a probarlo. No era el título que esperaba jugar, pero como dije, el plan Bioshock Infinite me troleó. ¿Cómo se juega? Eso no quiero saber, quiero jugar. Querido señor Charles, ¿cómo se dice? Te histeria las visiones en la ciudad de Oakmont. Incluso los monstruos más horrendos tienen un punto débil. Resolver un caso, conocimiento de poder, gran experiencia en la interfaz de habilidades. Tan buenas las pistas, oh. Bueno. Qué verga. What the fuck? Como que sufre ataques de pánico. ¿Qué carajo? The fuck? Bueno, el hombre está heavy. Equipo de primeros auxilios, un ladrillo. Bueno, así que así giramos la cámara, somos unos fachitas bárbaros.
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
Con este nos agachamos. Esto pueden ser nuestros objetos. Con este pegamos. Cámara plegable. Interesante, sí. Bienvenido. Ay, no me lo puedo llevar. Ah, mirá qué loco. Pólvora, casquillo. Ah, aquí. Claro.
Take your
Opa.
belongings off my ship first.
Primero saque sus cosas de mi barco. Oh, bueno, amigo. No tengo más nada, amigo. ¿Qué cosa? Tenemos ahí, tenemos ahí. Vamos a ver. Inventario. Opciones. Cuaderno. Sí, pero no me deja... Para. El tema de la carta ese no... Trasfondo, ciudad... No hay nada, ¿no? No.
Take your belongings off my ship first.
¿Qué es esto? A ver si ya está.
Take your belongings off my ship first.
Puto.
Hope I never have to use it, but something tells me I will.
Now get out.
Pa. Sos re macanudo, amigo.
At last, Mr. Charles Reed. What a pleasure to
What?
finally meet you in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Johannes van der Berg, at your service. I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
Acerca de mis problemas. ¿Qué pasa con la ciudad? Bonito traje.
Reaching Oakmont was no easy task. Most maps I found didn't mark it, and this rickety packet ship is the only one that sailed here. Why is that?
Oakmont is no ordinary place. Its unique geographical position and the flood, a recent natural disaster, make it nigh impossible to reach. But you made it, Mr. Lee. I'm sure the tides of fate would have brought you here one way or another.
Tell me about this flood.
It began 6 months ago. Storms raged for several weeks, and the water has risen ever higher without receding. Now the city is cut off from the mainland. I must say I rather like it, despite the inconvenience. Atmosphere, you know?
La verdad que sí.
Someone who can help me with my problem. The visions have been getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon here in Oakmont. By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throgmorton, is already at the port. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
How can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand out from the crowd.
Can you tell me a little about Mr. Throgmorton?
A remarkable creature, scion of a robust bloodline, a philanthropist, a scholar, and a patron of the famous Oakmont University. A man of great ambitions and even greater ego. Do not make him wait.
I'll need a place to lay my head while I'm here. Any recommendations?
Fear not. I've already feathered a nest for you. There's a room in your name at the Devil's Reef Hotel. Here's the key.
Sounds charming.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Mr. Reed.
How do you fill your days, Mr. Vanderberg?
I host a philosophy club for the like-minded intelligentsia, gathering seeds of thought like moths drawn to a flame.
Does Oakmont really have much of a market for philosophy these days?
There is no
Sí, obvio.
without
Siempre hay tiempo para la...
no
para la
better
filosofía,
moment
mi
for
amigo.
clarity than times of hardship.
What's the best way to
¿Cómo
get
llego a
around
tu...
Oakmont? I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
You're too kind,
buenísimo.
Your Highness. Can you steer me towards the Devil's Reef?
Take this map. I've marked the hotel and a few other key places.
Other places? Like what?
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I've highlighted the police station, city archive, newspaper. Places you'll need to get to the truth. This city is insular, its ways mysterious. No one will take you by the hand, so you better know where to turn in search of a lead.
¿Está? Te la metí doblada.
Now, I think. Thanks for helping me get my bearings.
No, no. The pleasure was mine, Mr. Reed.
Oh, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Don't worry about that. I'm the kind of man who finds you.
Bien. Todo esto tenemos por recorrer, ¿en serio? Oh, su puta madre, esto está grande. Reed Hayes. Old Grove. Se fue de tema esto. Tenemos la lanchita ahí. ¿Cómo puedo...? Ah, bien, así logrando. ¿Y dónde está el hotel? Bueno, vamos a salir al muelle. Eso, pesque, amigo, pesque. Tiene que haber un barquito por acá esperándome, ¿no? No, ya estaba Underwear. ¿Viste quién es?
I don't care about your petty excuses. No one leaves the port until my son is found, and that is fine.
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am, but not interested. Go away.
The name's Charles
Papo
Reed.
es un
I'm
mono.
a private investigator. Just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, you say? Well, perhaps we can help each other.
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said, I'm a PI. Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. That he even tried to bite him.
And you don't believe him?
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers, mark my words.
Ismauntianos.
I take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damned city. The port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the shells.
Ya, ya mezclan Ismael de una nomás.
So they're
O
just...
sea, Lovecraft por donde lo vea.
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
Please forgive the question, but I've never met a man quite like you before.
That's because no man measures up to Throgmorton lineage. Proud and powerful blood flows through
Potente y
our veins.
orgullosa.
My father united with a certain royal family, which has blessed all our offspring with these exquisite features.
I've heard you're the man to speak to about visions, outbreaks of hysteria. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare you? My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouther-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dreams.
Voy a
Mr.
intentar
Throgmorton,
encontrar a Alba.
let me help you. I'm rather good at tracking down missing people. I'll find Albert.
What makes you think you can do it? Oakmont is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say I tend to see things that others miss. And anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every man you can get.
Vera, you have a point, newcomer.
Ahí va.
Sorry, did
Vera.
you say Vera? What does that mean?
You had better get used to the Oakmont dialect, outsider. That is, if you want to fit in. It is a fascinating blend. Vera means fine. I was saying, we have a deal.
I see. Thank you. I need to know more about what happened to Albert.
Dane, did you not listen at all? I already told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found on the shore in a lifeboat. This fisherman supposedly brought him to the house, and then left to call me. But when I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go see for yourself.
Where's the house where this all happened?
For Kay's sake, I thought you were a private eye. We're standing right in front of it.
You mentioned a lifeboat. Is it still around?
Yes. Face the house, then to the left is a beach that borders a fence. You'll find it there.
As much as I'm enjoying the weather, Mr. Throgmorton, it's time for me to get started.
Find my son, newcomer, and be quick about it.
Pa, tiene una pinta que va a ser un juego largo. O sea, va a ser uno de esos. O sea, aparte tiene mucho tema de charla. Pa, y la casa de este loco, que un basural, Pescado. Lo que sea eso.
It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
¿Cómo no?
Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, my head. What? Who are you? Are you police? I've already told them everything.
It's okay. I'm Charles Reed, private eye. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son.
Oh, okay. What do you want?
Dígame lo que ha
What
ocurrido.
happened here. Every detail.
I don't remember much. Me, Paul, and Lewis, we were here. This is our house. Barry was outside on his business. Then he came back carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious, barely breathing. Barry left again to call Mr. Robert.
Then what?
We put the guy in Lewis's room. Then he started to make these horrible sounds and... Okay. My head began to burst. And he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing. Just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me...
That sounds familiar. Tell me about yourself.
¿Y vos quién sos?
Name's Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all are. Live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry, and Innsmouther Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing. It was add or starve.
Who is this K you keep mentioning?
Outsiders, show some respect. K is our lord, our light, our love.
Sorry, I didn't know. Where are all the other guys?
That's Paul there on the floor. K be with him. Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Lucky rascal missed everything. And I have no idea what Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to. Starting to suspect the worst.
Do you know how Paul died?
I don't know. When I pulled myself together, he was already gone. K have mercy on his soul.
I'll leave you to it. Take care of yourself, Will.
Please, detective, sir, tell me the truth. Could it be me? Did I kill Paul? Or K? Did I kill him?
I don't know yet, Will. The police will stop anyone coming in or out of here, so I suggest you just try and get some rest.
I'm afraid of what I might dream.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
¿Vos? ¿Tengo un medidor de cordura también? No.
Choo choo.
Bueno, un espejo que casi funciona.
I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here.
Ojo de la mente. A ver. No sé, ¿qué?
Seems like prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much.
Take this,
¿Qué
ape
pasó?
face.
¿Y esto?
Yeah, run!
No, para.
What's happening?
Okay, let's see what we have here.
What's happening?
Pero acá abajo no hay pista. No. Acá abajo no hay, así que es arriba.
Yeah, run! Take this, ape face.
Ah, para. Ya sé cómo es. Hay que ir organizándolas entonces.
Take this, ape face. Yeah, run!
When Albert Throgmorton woke up, he was not himself. He attacked the fishermen, and his hysteria spread to them. When he got wounded, he fled.
Se han reunido las pruebas clave. Palacio de la mente. A ver. Albert atacó a los pescadores. Enemistad Throckmorton Ismo. Lewis disparó sin avisar. entiendo, pará. ¿Cómo es esto? Palacio de la mente. Albert y el pescador llamado Leo huyeron de la casa después de pegar por... Puedo rastrearlo gracias a mi sentido deducciones. Ah, no, para. Hay más. Ah, mirá qué cheto. Lewis disparó sin avisar. No. Pistas. Aún me está quedando algo acá. Sí, ahí. Y estamos bien. ¿Y acá qué hay? Estamos bien. ¿Cómo yo puedo correr? ¿Eso qué mierda es?
So the fisherman pursued Albert, even let off a few shots. Even though Albert was wounded, he managed to climb that high. Robert wasn't exaggerating when he said he raised him strong.
Pa' ahí no. Pa' acá.
There's something in the
Hay algo en
pocket.
el bolsillo. Lewis, por favor, dame una semana más. Sé lo que debo. Pero estoy tan mal como todo el mundo ahora mismo. Aún no tengo provisiones suficientes como para que el bar funcione con la policía paseándose por el puerto. Pero no te preocupes, he cerrado un buen trato con cierta gente y pronto debería tener una línea de provisiones. Solo una semana y te devolveré lo que te debo, con intereses dobles. Peter.
And the blood is fresh. Whomever it belongs to could not have gotten far.
¿Qué hay acá? En caso de detallar información sobre investigación, algunas pistas tienen iconos.
The door won't budge.
Ah, no. Uy, ¿eso? ¿Y esto? ¿Qué es esta cosa?
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate. One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
Es una ballena. Palacio de la mente. No. No, tampoco. Para asesinar a Leo se marchó. Puede que Lewis esté en el bar. Sí, ¿dónde? A ver. Así que estás por acá, pichón. ¿Dónde estás metido? A ver. Ahora te me estás escondiendo. A mí no te me vas a esconder. Perris. Vamos a investigar a ver qué es eso. Me llama la atención. Un teléfono. Está roto. Fucking pólvora. De ahí vengo yo. Este loco está camuflado en algún lado. Alcohol. A mí no me joda. Si lo encuentro... no puedo entrar, vos. Seguro que no querés que entre. Yo mando a informar que ha encontrado frente a las ediciones que me vuelven loco. Y supongo que esa pista está ahí porque yo la dejé marcada, ¿no? Porque... no porque... quisiera esa cosa. Me falta otra pista todavía.
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
¿Dónde te me puedes esconder? Porque que te estás escondiendo, te estás escondiendo. ¿Ahora dónde? ¿Dónde se habrá metido este tipo? La voz esa tan recheta. A mí no me jodas, loco, tiene que estar acá. Pará. Está. No, es este otro. What the fuck? A ver. ¿Qué hicieron esas cositas? Parecen como gatos deformes. Ahora que me estoy dando cuenta. Casquillo pólvora metralla.
Huh. This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed.
No hay nada significativo.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
My head! I still hear those voices.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
I've said everything I know.
Se tiene ese por acá. No entiendo esto de que se han encontrado todas las pistas, papá. Este puede estar en el bar escondiéndose. Pero si yo voy y le digo ahora... Tipo, pa, sí, mira.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm afraid I have bad news.
No.
Yeah, I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse. I'm sorry, but he was murdered. Shot in the head and the body hidden.
No. It cannot be true. No, no, no. I don't believe it. No.
My condolences, Mr. Throgmorton. I had hoped for a happier outcome.
Your condolences will not bring him back. So much of our blood spilled for nothing. So much effort in vain. My poor Albert. Tell me you know who did it. I want to look him in the eyes, make him beg for mercy.
Seems like he was a fisherman by the name of Lewis. He had a gun and pursued Albert after he fled the house.
Lewis it is, then. What do you know of him?
Turns out you were right. He's an Innsmouther.
Those filthy scum have done it now. When I'm through with them, they will rue the day they dared lay a
De igual nomás, ya le echamos la culpa por las dudas.
that dirtbag Lewis. He and I are due a reckoning. Do this for me, and I'll help you with anything you need.
O sea, esto es la mafia de Juan. A ver. Puta verga era que estaba el bar. Sí, esto es la mafia, a mí no me joda. Ahora tengo que encontrar el Lewis ese. El Lewis este que está encanutado en el bar. ¿Pero dónde? Esta puerta no sé, se tiene que estar arriba, a mí no me joda. Carajo.
The blood is fresh. Whomever it belongs to could not have got far.
Sigo pensando que tiene que estar acá o el tipo. ¿Viste qué le pasa? ¿Y ahora? Está quedando rayado. Se tiene que estar escondiendo por acá el hijo de puta. Ah, amigo. Puedo hacer esto. No me di cuenta. Anda, mirá vos. Ah, él se puede esconder en cualquier lado entonces. Para. Ah, no puedo hacer eso. Rara la rejilla esa. Ese es el tema. O hay alguien ahí metido. O me están pijeando. Porque por ahí abajo no se puede. A ver. Acá. No hay nada. Y acá no hay nada. Apuntar, objetivo, movimiento. Fijar pista seleccionada en la pantalla. Mantén pulsado. Pasa. Ojo de la mente. Tutorial. Cuaderno, mapa. Correr mientras apunta. Golpear. Trepar. Recargar. Agacharse. Interrogar. Cámara. Linterna. ¿Cómo era? Sí, está bien con la A. O sea, estar mucho rato en un ambiente lo deja mal a este tipo. ¿Dónde se puede esconder un...? Ah, el bar del puerto. Me están cagando, yo buscando como un pajero acá. Un pelotudo faro y todo, El bar del puerto tiene que ser para allá. Para aquellos lados, a ver si lo encuentro. Bar under the kill. Kill. No me jodas, mamonazo. Haceme la vida fácil. Joder, puta, me vas a... Pero tiene que tener una entrada al bar mamón este, ¿no? Digo...
Ugh, I'll miss the carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure. Hey, knock it off! Welcome to Under the Keel. What do you want?
What do you want? Tengo que encontrar a Lewis Flynn.
I'm looking for a man by the name of Lewis Flynn. Any chance he's here?
Yeah, even if I knew, I don't rat to newcomers.
As it happens, I know you owe a debt to Mr. Flynn. Trouble is, I found your note near the dead body of Albert Throgmorton, son of Robert. So, it seems Lewis is in trouble. Might have even come here to hide. But you hand him over, and he won't be back to collect what you owe. Get me?
Throck. That would explain the blood. Fine. If it gets me out of this mess, you can have him.
So?
He's upstairs. Here's the key. You gotta promise to deal with him, once and for all. But save the shooting for outside, huh?
Smart man. There's your good deed for the day. I've seen some unsettling creatures around.
A ver, ¿qué me dice?
Nothing I've ever encountered. What are they?
So you met a wild beast, newcomer. No one knows what they are, but consider yourself lucky to still be in one piece. They arrived in the flood. Some say they come from the sea. Others that they are Kay's punishment for us.
And what do you say?
If it bleeds, you can kill it. Keep your gun handy. And if you want to erase the memory, I sell a perfect cure right here. Remember, better to be a coward and live than brave and dead. Unless you're a newcomer.
Bye.
Chupa verga.
Who are you? What are you doing?
Charles Reed, private
Qué
investigator.
hijo de puta, me la
Mr.
copiaron.
Throckmorton hired me to find his son Albert.
Ismouth.
So I think you know why I'm here.
Ugh. That darn bartender.
Sin pata,
It
loco,
was
qué
all that
bueno que
crazy
está.
ape's fault. You hear me?
Están usando todos los mitos de
I only wanna
Lovecraft.
speak for now.
Todo el imaginario.
But no, if you reach for your gun, you'll hit the floor faster than you can say poetic justice.
I got nothing to hide.
Start at the beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Barry'd gone to the sea. Though I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, Lewis. Focus.
Right. Well, Barry dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton would give us for saving his son. But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember a thing.
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse and me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though. I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out, I was right.
What kind of... why do you... your face, it's,
Oh, so you're here to attack me just because I look different to you? Want to spit on me, whisper to your friends? What's new?
no, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to ask. I've just never met someone like you before. I didn't mean any offense.
Innsmouther's bodies were blessed by the sea. You're gonna see a lot of us here, so you better get over it. We are proud of who we are.
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and medicine. The city denied it all.
And so?
We had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder. Always conspiring behind our backs. Always setting people against us. I'd love to see them suffer like we suffered.
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
So you're
Más información útil.
explains a lot.
Yeah, a newcomer with
Sí, se nota que soy forastero. Vamos arriba.
the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines,
¿Qué pasa?
tradition, reputation. The head honchos of
Sí.
Oakmont called the grand families. There's the carpenters who control most of the city's underworld, the Blackwoods who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right, those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
The things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head, a hidden body. One might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
I don't know.
Sí, bebé, sí. Anda a dormir.
Wasn't myself.
No me muerdas.
I think I've got all I need.
Please, Mr. Reed.
Te dije.
Don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest. Have mercy, please. I have a family. Without me, they'll starve.
I won't tell him. Everyone seems to agree there's been an outbreak of madness around these parts. I'm inclined to believe you fell
pasó?
victim to it too. Plus, it seems heartless to tear apart a family after what you've been through already.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Reed. Thank you.
That said, the port's still closed. What will you do?
Hide here, I guess. Don't have a choice. The streets are flooded with police.
I'll make something up to tell Throgmorton. Leave as soon as you can.
Thank you again, sir. I won't forget this.
Más te vale. Ah, tengo que ir a mentirle al otro, que bien. Palacio de la mente. Lewis era consciente de sus actos. Lewis asesinó deliberadamente a Albert. Conociendo influencia psíquica, Lewis estaba decidido a matar a Albert Thorne y también tenía un móvil. El odio mutuo entre los Sismoudianos y los Tormund. Tengo que decirle la verdad a Robert Thorne y llegar al asesino ante la justicia. Pero pará, ¿y esta por qué no me la pone?
You want a drink?
Viene ahora. Para allá. Sí, para allá derecho. Aún me queda el de la casa este que no sé qué carajo tengo que hacer. Epa. No, no me deja. No voy a hablar contigo todavía porque me falta algo. Me está faltando algo.
Ed, I still hear those voices.
I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here. Five cards short of a full house.
Esto creo que ya lo vacié. Lo puedo hacer todas las veces que quiera.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this. There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee. Never seen knives like this before. Masterful work. Seems like prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much. So that's what an Innsmouther looks like.
Bueno, vamos a terminar con el caso porque si no se va para largo. He encontrado a Lewis, el pescadorismo que mató a Alberto. Escondido en un bar del puerto, ha admitido que estuvo en el escenario del crimen, pero no recuerda cómo mató a Alberto. Asegura que estaba bajo el control mental, como los otros pescadores, y que no sabe lo que decía. Me ha pedido que no dijera nada. Puedo o bien revelarle para Lewis, o bien salvarlo y mentir a Robert. Puta madre. El asesino está en el bar. He visto una criatura extraña.
Mr.
A ver, este es la
Throckmorton,
criatura.
I've encountered something,
What? I don't have all day.
some unusual creatures, and they sure weren't friendly.
You've seen a wild beast, Mr. Reed. I'm somewhat surprised to see you still alive. Those unsettling things appeared after the flood. I've commissioned a few studies on them, but we know little more than when we started. They're aggressive, but fortunately not immune to gunfire.
Yeah, I like that firsthand.
Try to avoid them when possible, and when you can, keep your weapons handy.
I tracked the murderer down, but he was attacked by those things prowling the back alleys. And they tore him apart. It was that Innsmouther fisherman, Lewis. He was covered in your son's blood. That may have attracted the beasts.
Are you certain the body is his?
Beyond any doubt. All that's left of him is a heap of flesh and this scrap of cloth. It's from his jacket. He has to ask his friends.
Alas, this was my revenge to exact, not some wild beasts. Something must be done about those pests. Still, justice has been served. This isn't closure, but at least I know now the story. Thank you.
Mr. Throgmorton.
Supongo que hicimos algo bueno, ¿no?
Bless you, but do you think you could help me now?
Yes, you've earned it. Okay, to think a newcomer barely off the boat solves a crime the police couldn't, but I digress.
Supongo que hicimos algo bueno, sí.
What brought you to Oakmont?
I think I'm going mad, Mr. Throgmorton. I see things, visions, and I needed to stop. I was drawn here, or guided, or I don't know. But I believe the source of this madness is here, in Oakmont.
You're not wrong, Mr. Reed. An inexplicable hysteria spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity that may be responsible.
A geological expedition? I'm not sure I follow.
I have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so below. So I sent men to find out.
Has your expedition found anything?
I do not know. Albert was part of it. His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
Do these cases of hysteria involve shared visions as well?
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares. Indeed, Professor Doe, the expedition leader, complained of them herself.
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture, a sleeping giant, drowned streets, and a voice calling from the depths.
Her words exactly. She proposed the expedition, desperately wanting to find the cause.
You mentioned the flood. You think it's more than just a natural disaster?
You weren't here, Mr. Reed. What happened defied scientific explanation.
You think your son
What?
was
El
killed
último.
because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week, then Albert The only one I could trust comes ashore and is killed.
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
If I'm going to look into this, I'll need to know more. Where should I start?
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters and a key.
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed. You do not speak to me like that again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Throckmorton. I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man. I funded the research but left all preparations to Professor Doe and Albert. When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
What about my expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than bills.
Hullo. Hullo. Bien. ¿Y dónde está todo esto? O sea, mi barquito tendría que estar por acá. A ver dónde encuentro el barquito este dichoso. Porque la verdad es que está bueno lo de tener un arma. Pero... 1, 2, 3. Ah, los muelles. Muelle 1, muelle 2, muelle 3. Pero... necesito un barco. Acá hay unos policías. What the fuck? Voy a buscar algo para comer. Va, para tomar más bien. Bueno, a ver, ropa diaria, atuendo desbloqueado. ¿Y dónde me cambio acá? Qué cheto. Pescador, polis, médico. Armario, recopila todos los tomos místicos, se desbloquea con un contenido. Para, acá te dicen cómo... Acá te dicen cómo destrabarlos, se desbloquea avanzando en la historia. Averigua qué ocurrió con las tumbas profanadas en el caso, descanse en paz. Qué cheto. Igual el de Gangster está bueno. El de ropa diaria ahora para usarlo. Vamos a ponernos ese. A ver si parezco un guachín.
Never again, they say.
Charles, we read. All that we see or seem is just a dream, which...
Never again, they say.
Tomos místicos. Hola.
Crew of the Cyclops. Semper Fortis, brothers. No matter how much of this I chug down, the visions always return.
Sí, hasta jiringa tenía ahí el rastrillo. Oye, esto. Mente, vigor, combate. Lleva 6 balas de pistola. Lleva un equipo. Pará. Lleva hasta 25 unidades de cualquier material. Gana más experiencia y mantente acuerdo con más tiempo. ¿Dónde están los puntos acá? Un punto de conocimiento, ¿dónde los tengo? descargar no. Pero el que estaba acá estaba. Tengo un frío de la puta madre en el cuerpo. Pesadillas. Este es el caso completado. Este es el que me interesa ahora.
The door won't budge. The door won't budge.
No, tendría que leerme esta mierda, ¿no? ¿Dónde? Century Avenue. ¿Y eso dónde queda? No, está la biblioteca. Century. Pero para, ¿por qué no? No me doy cuenta cómo. Le he arrastrado con... Tenga cuidado con el suelo. Le he visto arrastrando cosas a su habitación. ¿Qué te importa, mamón? El tomo de la mar, tomo embrujado, el libro blanco, el libro oculto, el tomo de la ruina, una petición de ayuda. Bueno, pero vamos a arrancar con este. Entonces, mostrame en el mapa. ¿Por qué me sacas? La noria en el parque de Old Grove. Old Grove, acá. Century y... Va con... Ah, cambia. Acá ponemos una marca. Bien.
Finally, you're awake. Gotta tell you though, mister, you wanna stay on here? You stop making all that noise.
Sorry, but who are you again?
Who are you?
Bang your head or something. I'm Victor Olmsted. I own the place. This place. The Devil's Reef Hotel.
Noise? What noise are you talking about?
I expect my guests to be respectable. Moans, chanting, all that kind of thing. It stops, all right?
Got any proof it was me? It could have been one of my neighbors. I slept like a rock. I didn't hear a thing.
That's exactly what a newcomer would say. Your neighbors are respectable people and would never do such a thing. Don't think your yellow-clad patron means you get away with everything.
You're not exactly friendly with your guests. Are we the ones keeping you in business?
All these newcomers after the flood, they're stark raving mad.
What do you mean?
You can't imagine the crazy notes and books I find after they move out. Only thing they're good for is lighting the kitchen stove.
Can I have a look?
I knew it. I tell you, no one sane would be interested. And you want to take a look? Well, fine, fine. Take what you wish.
Interesante. Te pensaba que no me lo voy a llevar. A ver qué me dio este mamón. No, pero yo no estoy en esta. Yo estoy... Estoy en esta. Ah, se me apagó el teléfono todavía. O sea, tengo que ver cómo hacer para llegar hasta acá. Y para eso necesito mi lanchita. Devil's Reef. Mi lanchita debe ser esta, ¿no? Un tiburón a medio comer también. A ver, debería agarrar derecho. Por ahí. Está cargando. Ahí. Opa. Pero nos entendemos. Acá. La tengo que doblar. Pero en la mierda quedó esta ciudad, boludo. Tengo que doblar, ta. Acá tendría que doblar, ¿no? tendría que ver. Zona infestada, nueva ubicación. ¿Cómo zona infestada? ¿Qué es esto? Aparte puedo ir caminando. The fuck? The fuck? ¿Qué the fuck? Me dieron vuelta al barco. ¿Qué me está comiendo, boludo? ¿Qué carajo? Me dieron vuelta al barco, no entiendo nada. Tengo frío. Ah, estoy cagado de frío, la puta madre. Invierno chupa verga. Dios santo. Bueno, igual, creo que la voy a ir dejando por acá porque, hay mecánicas que tengo que estudiar del juego. Pero me gustó toda la ambientación, todo está genial. Es un juego que nos va a tomar bastante tiempo. O sea, es un juego para meterle muchas horas. A ver dónde aparezco. Nuevo punto de viaje rápido. ¿Y dónde estoy? ¿Y mi lancha? Zona infestada. La biblioteca. El tomo de la noira. Peligro. Rigen Bay Este, en el extremo sur de Whisper Street, cerca del camino a la mansión Black. Grimge Este. Ah, en el este acá. Whisper. Tiene una calle que iba a Whisper, no sé qué mierda. Whisper Street. Cerca del camino a la mansión. Acá, mira. Bien. Después tiene todo embrujado. Red Hay Este. Al este, acá. Community, no sé qué mierda, museo. Museo Neb. Por acá. Y después tenemos libro de espera de la salvación Harbor. Alfred entre Seven Oaks. Old. Old, Old Church Read. Entre Seven Oaks Street y Windelheim Street, cerca de la iglesia. O sea, por esta calle. Por acá. El libro oculto. Ah, está bueno esto porque podés tipo ir marcándote cositas en el mapa. Entonces vos lo abrís, taca taca, y ya tenés puntos para las pistas. O sea, está bueno. Punto de conocimiento, ya está, mirá. Bueno, gente, la voy a ir dejando por acá porque honestamente estoy cagado de frío. Palacio de la mente. Selecciona el caso principal en el icono para ver las pistas. No hay pistas. No hay pistas. A ver qué tenemos. No tenemos idioma. Bueno, gente, gracias por haber estado, gracias por haber participado. La idea era Bioshock Infinite, pero no se pudo. Igual va a venir ese título. Ese título va a venir al canal sin falta. Vamos a darle de a poco a este Seeking City, porque, a ver, podría hacerlo más largo el directo hoy. La verdad es que estoy cansado porque entré a trabajar a las 8 de la mañana. Salí a las 7 de la tarde. Me fui a estudiar. Tuve un parcial. Volví 12 menos 20. Me dio tiempo para comer. Y bueno, estoy haciendo este directo ahora. El juego vamos a demorar en terminarlo porque la idea, como es un título que tiene una estética que me gusta, está basado en los mitos de Lovecraft, en todos sus relatos, en su imaginario, quiero exprimirlo bien. Y ya, bueno, si llegamos a un momento en el que el juego se vuelve tedioso, lo trataremos de finiquitar rápido, y si no, vamos a disfrutarlo. Y nada, mañana seguramente voy a estar en directo jugando Hunt Showdown, y el domingo continuaremos con Seeking City. Gente, nuevamente gracias por estar. Esto va a estar en YouTube, entre birras y games. Acuérdense que me pueden contactar por Twitter, @birrasgame. Se vienen unas cositas interesantes, videos diferentes para el canal de YouTube, tanto de cerveza como de coleccionismo. Ahora empecé a indagar un poco en el tema del coleccionismo de Hot Wheels y cosas de esas, así que se vienen algunas cositas. Gente, nos vemos en el siguiente. Gracias. Adiós.